Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Chevy Boy back on the channel, and we are back once again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the Need for Speed Heat reveal trailer, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. So, disclaimer right now, I don't own anything from the trailer. I'm gonna put that out there right now because reasons. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now, without further ado, let us get into this, and I will discuss my feelings about this right after. Hold on one. Sorry, I had to turn my airplane mode on. Hold on. I will play it right now.
El tiempo es el fuego en el que ardemos.
Nice ride. But I'm gonna need those keys right now. I said right now!
Every day is danger. So take no risks. Don't fuck up. Don't talk back. They impose limits to control us. Limits to make us blend in. Make us safe. But we own the limits. And we'll own the night.
I feel like I'm a giant with a 5'8". I feel with the fire when God hate. Gotta only get butter in the car race. Tucking with the butter like parquet. You know how fast you were going?
Survival of the fastest. No prizes for second place. But standing out means becoming a target. They destroy, so we design. They control, so we create. If you catch fire, run. You'll burn faster.
Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about cranking the video up a couple of notches. I just wanted to hear it better. I should have done that before, but hey, what are you gonna do? So my first impressions on this, I honestly don't know how to feel. Like, I like the 80s, you know, kind of Miami Vice aesthetic to it. Obviously Heat, you know, the whole heat wave thing. You know, a lot of people talked about that. I was one of the people that I'm like, nah, you know, the name's a hoax. Now I'm eating my words, and I'm going to own that. You know, I'm gonna own the fact that I'm eating my words right now. But I don't know. Like, I like the color scheme. You know, the pink, the blue, and the white. You know, it's not really an homage to EK Drifter, but I could see where he would go with that. You know, he'd be like, oh yeah, you know, they're kind of using my color palette or whatever. Well, not his color palette, but you know, the palette that he chose for his channel and everything. But yeah, so this has a very like Miami Vice feel to it, which is fine. Like, I didn't grow up on the show or anything, you know, like my dad did, obviously, because it was 70s, 80s, you know, stuff like that, like Magnum PI, that kind of thing. But right away, what I noticed was beyond the very, like, flamboyant cop, you know, nice wheels, get out the car, right now. I said right now, you know, like that dude, you know, I can't put my finger on who he reminds me of. He reminds me of somebody from real life. I can't remember. For the life of me, I can't remember to save my life. But no, so yeah, like I kind of wish that he was like Cross, and maybe the other guy, you know, that pulled over that white Skyline, that R34, maybe that could be like a link to Cross or something, because, you know, if you remember right, Cross in this game, or in this series, he was in Most Wanted, which took place in Rockport, you know, which is a fictional version of New York, or New York City, right? And then you had him show up in Carbon in Palmont City, which was, I believe, part of LA or something, like San Francisco. I don't know. It was kind of a mix of different places, like Little Tokyo, kind of like a Vegas strip sort of thing with all the lights in Silverton, and then like the gritty, grungy kind of downtown and like Los Angeles sort of Kempton, and then you had the Hollywood aesthetic of like the Hollywood Hills and stuff of Fortuna, right? So, but then he shows up in Payback in the middle of one of Jess's runner missions, and he's helping out the house. So, I don't know. It would have been cool if he had been the Link, right? Yeah, everybody from Slap Train to Black Panther to who the crap ever, who the heck ever. I mean, I could swear in my videos. Normally I don't, but whoever the hell, I mean, hell's not a word, really a swear word, is it? But anyways, he could have been the Link to that, and everybody else was like, oh man, Cross, dude, like freaking Slap Trade. He was like, oh yeah, I hope Cross was in Payback. I'm like, nah, Cross ain't gonna be in Payback, he's gonna eat his words. Well, I'm eating my words now. I'm totally fine with that. But one thing, like, okay, I will comment on the very, very smooth transitions, right? So let's watch this back. This guy. She sounds like La Katrina to me for some reason. From Graveyard Shift.
Nice ride.
No, this guy.
But I'm gonna need those keys right now. I said right now!
Yeah. Now he sounds, I don't know who he sounds like to me, but he does. I will say that I do like the dark, the visuals in the dark. Like, don't get me wrong, right? 2015, I didn't like that game partially because I didn't know who the heck any of like the icons were or anything. I didn't really care for Ken Block. Didn't know who Magnus Walker was. Didn't know who Nakai-san was. Didn't know who he what's his name? Hiroshima-san or whatever. Or Morohoshi-san. Hiroshima. Morohoshi-san. I didn't know who that guy was. Von Gittin, again, didn't care for the Hoonigan crowd. Didn't know who anybody else was. So there was that. But no, like these visuals, the real life, like dark and gritty kind of nighttime visuals, those are great. Like I will commend those, right? These are good visuals. I'm gonna turn this down. Turn it off anyways. But yeah, no, the visuals look nice. I will say that. The fact that there's cops in this game and they work like Most Wanted, at least I would think so. By the way, these visuals, like this, I'm guessing, because I was on Reddit, and these visuals are supposed to be like, this is supposed to be like legal street racing, and then you go to illegal. So that's kind of what I wanted from a Need for Speed game, because like, I like the illegal aspect of Carbon and like Most Wanted, but I liked the legal version of Pro Street, and so I was like, well, that kind of works, right? So, I kind of thought about a game, or thought of a concept of like being able to do that, you know what I mean? Like where you had two separate career paths or whatever, or like this where they blend them together. So right here, though, you can see some cars. I'm guessing that this one, the black car up here in the top, or in the farthest left top lane, is a Porsche. And then you got a Diablo underneath it. And then you got a Viper, a Mustang with the blue flames like Razor's car. Looks like a BMW up in front of, or up top on the Viper. I don't know what half the other cars are. There's that black Evo that's back there. The car list, or no, I'm sorry, that's a Skyline, my bad. But no, like, the car list in this game seems very much like, oh, she reminds me of Lena Navarro, by the way, that chick. But no, she reminds me a lot, the car list seems like, hold on, watch.
You know how fast you were going?
That kind of reminds me of Cross a little bit. I know it's not, but, no, the car list is very small, it feels like. They're catering more towards the crowd that loved 2015, right? Because everybody hated on Payback except for me. Like, the customization even seems like 2015, like the Rocket Bunny garbage. You know, there's not, it doesn't feel like there's a bunch of unique kits and stuff. Like, I like the nighttime visuals. I like the fact that there's a Viper cop car.
Run. You'll burn faster.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like that, right? Like, I like the visuals, and the seamlessness of it, and the transitions from day to night and night to day and vice versa, and how they do that. I like that, but the problem is, I hate the recommended thing that pops up all the time. What my problem is it just feels like another 2015 mashed up with the best parts of Payback, excluding the car list. Because I know I'm going to keep spewing about the car list and not actually get to it. Basically, the car list in this game feels very small, right? All we really see is those cars that were in the beginning. We see the Polestar. I called it a Pentastar the first time I tried doing this video a couple minutes ago. I don't know why I called it a Pentastar. It's probably because Volvo Penta is a boat motor and Pentastar, 5-point star is the Chrysler thing. Or Chrysler's logo as it used to be anyways, back in the 90s and the 80s, I think. So that's probably what's got me confused. But, like, all we really see is the Volvo, the R35, the R34, or that might be an R32 with an R34 rear bumper on it, who knows. Because that's what it looks like. We see a couple of BMWs, I think, the Evo, the Viper, and the, well, yeah, I think that's it. Like, it's the Evo, the Viper, the Volvo, the Beamer, the Porsche, and the Nissan, whatever Nissan. So it's like 6 cars, right? I mean, at least with Payback, they gave us a bit of a varied look with the cars. Like, they gave us, and there's a Mustang in there also. I keep forgetting to mention that. Like, the cars in Payback, I mean, with Tyler, the teaser trailer and everything, it was, he was in the M5, and they showed us, like, the Rhino, the C7 Grand Sport Corvette. They showed us the Charger and the Crown Vic. In this game, all you really see is a Crown Vic and a Viper. So, don't get me wrong, right? As long as they have the heat levels and stuff, because that was part of what drew me to Most Wanted, was the heat levels and such like that. Like, the car list, you could argue in Most Wanted, oh yeah, they were more tuner-focused, like, 2015 in this game, and you didn't bat an eye at it. Well, I mean, I was kind of growing into my car tastes, you know what I mean? When I played Most Wanted, it was in like 2000, 6 or 7 or something. I was only 13, 14 years old. The game was already 2 years old. I was playing it on PS2, right? Like, that was my first Need for Speed game. I didn't play Underground. You know what I mean? I never did. Like, but I don't know what you want from me, you guys. Like, I like the car diversity that they had in Carbon, Pro Street, Undercover, and Payback. Like, I liked that, more balanced car feel where it was 30% or 33% muscle, 33% tuner, 33% exotic. Here it's muscle, it takes a backseat again, tuner and exotic are at the forefront. This seems like a 2015 knockoff all over again. I don't know what to feel about it in terms of the car list. Only time will tell, but the story seems really grungy, really gritty. We'll see how it goes, but I know I'm kind of rushing, but I don't have a lot of time. So, but yeah, what did you guys think about it? Like I said, I like the atmosphere and everything, like the day to night and the atmosphere of the nighttime. It's rainy, but it's not like 2015, as much. It's got that dirt and stuff from Payback, so we'll see how that goes. Car list, not feeling it. Customization, not feeling it, but the story and the cops aspect, and it's kind of like Cross came back, so we'll see how that goes, you guys. Alright, sorry about the goofy cutoff, you guys. I guess I have way more time than what I thought because, looking at it in post, this recording app like allows me to record for a really long time. You know what I mean? But like compresses the video enough so that like 14 minutes is only like 250 megabytes, so I can record for a while. But yeah, no, and like what I was saying is the car list, it seems very very tuner and exotic focused, as I was saying. It's a lot like 2015. You could argue it's a lot like Most Wanted. But like, look at this, right? So if we go through, okay, like I said, she sounds a lot like. So the chick at the beginning, like I said, she sounds like a lot like La Katrina. This guy, I said right now, like everyone, he feels like a modern interpretation across, like I was saying. This looks really fun. Like that scene of the two cars flying by, that reminded me of like the Too Fast, Too Furious prelude. When Brian's racing, I think it's like a Nissan or it might be a Honda Civic, I don't know. And like that, like side by side street culture kind of racing. That doesn't look too bad. No, and then that scene where they're getting arrested, I wonder if that's like a busted cam. So kind of like what we had in Most Wanted and Carbon. And even to a lesser extent Undercover, even though Undercovers weren't at night. But, I always like the busted cams in the games. Even when you got busted, you got to watch, you were able to watch your character get taken down. And upon further inspection, I guess according to a leak on Amazon or something, not only is there going to be character customization, so you might be able to be, like change the sex or the gender of your character, however you want to phrase that, from like a guy to a girl, which is, I mean, that's an interesting way to go, you know what I mean? Because then you're not just limited to a guy or a chick, or you're not just limited to like the nameless dude from like Most Wanted and Carbon. So that's pretty good, or like Ryan Cooper. But like I said, I like the atmosphere, like the chase, you know what I mean? The high octane kind of stuff like Most Wanted and Carbon. They give you that real sense of, oh crap, I'm being chased by the 5-0, I gotta get away, right? So, but these like cool transitional scenes, so like that right there, right? Like this, or excuse me, okay? Like this kind of, like I said before earlier in the video, this reminds me a lot of Pro Street. I guess there's going to be like legal racing during the day and street racing at night, and the cops are going to crack down on you and whatnot. So that'll be interesting. But yeah. I've already restated this, I know. The customization, I didn't realize this before, but it reminds me a lot of Pro Street. Like, I think this is a BMW right here. I'm pretty sure that's a Beamer. But like the HRE decal, that reminds me of like Aki Kimura, or, like even, like, not even the Noise Bomb crew, but just like the Battle Machine, type of aesthetic. Like this looks like a Battle Machine type of thing with pixel art banners and everything. So, and I'm piggybacking off of a little bit of what EK Drifter said in his stream. If you want to go watch that, that's a VOD of his reaction to the trailer and everything on his Twitch channel. Shameless plug, whatever. If you want to get butthurt about me, plugging a friend, go ahead, don't care. But anyways, yeah, no, and like, so this gives off a very Horizon aesthetic kind of thing, like a race day kind of thing. But I mean, Pro Street did it first, so really, Horizon was ripping off of Pro Street. And like the Zilla, it all goes back to that weird, like, modern underground racing culture. I don't get the low life. I don't understand what Zilla is. I'm assuming Zilla is like a brand or something. But yeah. So there's Zilla. There's that like, kind of grungy, edgy looking paint jobs and stuff. The Miami scene doesn't look too bad. But like I said, this actually reminds me a lot of Pro Street, especially with like the graphics on the sidewalk and the roads and stuff and the closed off, so it's got a Pro Street vibe, but also a very like open world Horizon Crew 2 style vibe to it, I'm guessing. Like look at that. Like the vinyls on what I'm assuming that's the black car here with all the crazy vinyls on it, like the tribal. That looks like a Evo 10. But what I didn't realize is that the chick that drives the Evo 10, like I said, she kind of reminds me of Lena. I think she's a white girl. I don't know. She looks white, but she actually reminds me a lot of like Ryo Watanabe, the Showdown King from Pro Street. If you guys have ever played that, but I mean that reminds me a lot of that, and the cars do as well. Kind of reminds me of the aesthetic that Payback was going for. When they were first racing, or like the Boomville race. At the very beginning of the game, like that kind of a car gathering for the fixed race. That's kind of like what this reminds me of. That's a pretty cool jump.
You know how fast you were going?
For some reason, this dude sounds like The Rock. You know how fast you were going? In the Volvo, I thought it was like a Nissan or something that pulled you over. Or that they pulled you over driving. But I wonder, partially because I'm piggybacking off of EK Drifter's ideas and people that were in his chat and stuff, I'm wondering if that's like one of those drive-away cams that you can do, like you were able to do in Midnight Club LA. That'd be an interesting concept because I've never played Midnight Club LA, but I've seen that happen and stuff. So I wonder, if that's going to be a thing. Like I said, I heard that Off-Road's coming back. I am like giddy right now, right? I'm freaking giddy as all get out.
The fastest. No prizes for second place, but standing out means becoming a target.
That reminds me of like the wrecks that were in Carbon Most Wanted. Okay, this garage gives off a very Most Wanted feel.
They destroy, so we design.
That like split wing with all the weird crap, like the scaffolding junk coming off of it. I don't know whose idea that was to put that in a game or to even design that, but it makes no sense. I mean, that is all flash, no substance whatsoever. Like, I don't understand what the car community is all about these days.
Control, so we create.
That would give somebody epilepsy. And is that a C6 Corvette? It's not. Okay, I was making sure because it looked like a C6 Corvette when it pulls away like that. I don't know why. The back end does. But yeah, no, the atmosphere looks very... At night, it looks very 2015. During the day, it looks very Pro Street, very, very Payback. So the aesthetic is great. Like I said, about the car list and everything, I know I'm rambling and I'm just retreading stuff that I said before, but I'm just trying to get it all out. If they could, I would just ask them to bring back all the cars they had in Payback, save for one. The one being, and I might put a picture up. What is this? This is like 9 minutes, so it'd probably be like 30 minutes in or whatever. Or not 30 minutes in, it's like 23, 25 minutes in. But I'll put a picture up of the truck that I would like them to replace the C10 with. Would be a third generation 73 to 90, well 88 or 91 depending on which model you're using, because the Blazer went all the way up to 88, as did the pickup trucks in the square body version. So the third gen, kind of rounded square body style. That's what I wanted out of Payback. I'm hoping that they have that truck in the game. And it better be a K20. It better be, the K is, four-wheel drive. The 20 is 3/4 ton, right? Better be four-wheel drive, 3/4 ton truck, not no half-ton, two-wheel drive truck. I don't know why they did that in Payback. That never made sense to me. And you might be wondering, Why do you want that truck in the game so bad? Again, my dad had a 78 Chevy pickup truck on 44s. My mom had a 79 K5 Blazer, just like the picture I probably put up. And then they went to dad built my mom, I think it was an 89 or a 90 Suburban, and he built himself a 90 or 91 Suburban, so to go off-roading with.
Run. You'll burn faster.
But yeah, no, that's just me. Like I said, I want to see a more balanced car list, like Carbon, like Most Wanted, or not like Most Wanted, like Carbon, like Pro Street, like Undercover, like Payback, because, like I said with Underground 3, that whole rant video that I did, that just alienates like a chunk, like a huge, huge chunk of your audience, namely people like myself, people that want to see the muscle cars come back. People that want to drive around in a big block Charger or, like a small block Camaro or something. You know what I mean? Not just a Mustang, not just a Viper, not just a C7 Corvette. As great as the C7 Corvette, the Viper, and even kind of the S550R, sorta. You're alienating a whole breed of car enthusiasts, and even with like the off-road stuff, you only really gave us couple of different trucks. You gave us the C10, the Defender, the Raptor, and that was really it from what I remember. So, well, and you gave the X5 or X6M, I can't remember, but I mean that's not really an American truck. Neither is the Defender, but you know what I mean. But yeah, no, I mean, like, why not give us the 77 to 79 Bronco or whatever, like the square body Chevy. Like, come on, seriously? I don't know, you guys. I'm just ranting. All I want is for the game to be good. Like, the heat levels, if they come back, great. Awesome. The proper cops, they come back in stages, and they're actually aggressive like they were in Payback, and they want to get you, and like say that the tires blow out with the spike strips and everything, great. Freaking awesome. Bring it on. But, like, if it's just going to be the 2015 car list with like 8 muscle cars and 4 of them, literally half of them are Mustangs, no. I'll watch the game being played by like EK Drifter or whoever the heck wants to play it. But if it's only like 8 or 9 cars and most of them are Mustangs, like 2015, I'm done. No, this would be that. No, I would probably never play it, and the only reason I would play it is because of the cops and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why I like playing Carbon. Yeah, the story isn't as great as Most Wanted. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like I said, I like the grungy aesthetic. I like the cops versus racer vibe. That's back. I like the mix of what they gave us with 2015 in terms of the weather effects and the rain on the streets and everything. But it was always rainy, and that was the big problem. Was that, I don't know. You know what I mean? It was just that was the issue. That was a big issue for me. And then with Payback, yeah, we got all the dust clouds and everything. We didn't really get weather, but I mean, the dust and the dirt was great, But again, that's just me. That's my opinions. Agree, disagree, whatever you want to do in the comments. I know this video is like half an hour long. I never intended it to be, but, I ramble a little bit, and you know how it goes. So, but yeah, no, that's just my thoughts on it. Like I said, love the aesthetic, love the smooth transitions, love the idea of cops versus racers coming back in full force, properly this time. I love everything about it. The big thing, I mean, the customization, yeah, they can have the ridiculous stuff like they did in 2015, but if they keep the stuff in Payback, the customization in Payback, and they add a car or two like the GTO, like the G, or the G, no, screw the G35, no, screw that. Get the 68 to 72 GTO. Get the square body Chevy truck in some capacity. Get rid of the C10, please. Um, you know, or give us a fourth gen Camaro. I know I'm gonna say that till I'm blue in the face, but I would love one of those three cars to come in to just make the car list for me. You know what I mean? Payback's car list was amazing. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, add one more car. That's all I want. Either the pickup truck, with available like suburban body style change, or like a Blazer, kind of like what the Hot Rod was in Payback in 2015. That basically idea, because they're all based on a truck chassis. But yeah, no. Like I said, all I want is a more balanced car list. Everything else is great from everything. The story is great. I got mixed feelings about it, and um, unless they have that full car list, I don't think I'm getting it. If I ever actually, if I can get a job, because I have been to a couple places, and I've been getting requests for job interviews and stuff, even just before I recorded this part of the video, because before it was at like 10 a.m. Now it's 3:35 p.m. on the same day, on August the 14th, on the Wednesday. So, but yeah, no, what do you guys think about it? Debate with me in the comments if you want. Like, comment, subscribe if you are brand new and you want to see more from me. I could do a car wish list and everything, but what's the point? Like, they've already got the cars in the game. I'll probably cover the cars and, go more into depth, but I mean, I've already kind of done that here. So yeah, no, if any of you guys want to see more videos from me and like what the car list is going to be, and so on and so forth like that, let me know. But in the meantime, I'll catch you down the road. This is Chevy Boy signing out. Peace, y'all.